Hello, welcome back to another time capsule tutorial. It's been a while since I've done one, but if you watch the Trader Joe's haul, I said I was going to kind of like do like a popper, but with the hatch chilies I picked up. So I'm going to show you guys what you'll need to do to gather it up. Now I'm kind of going off of like recipes I found on the internet for like jalapeno poppers. But I figured I'd like the hatch chilies are kind of like sweet with heat, so I'm going to try them out, like just treat them like they're jalapenos but maybe taste even better. And I'll show you the ingredients you need to gather up, and then I'll show you like the steps that I'm doing it. And obviously I'm just winging this, so we'll see if it works. Okay, so this is all the ingredients I'm going to use. Like obviously you can use different seasonings and stuff in it, so you know we can use hatch chili peppers or jalapeno peppers, or probably try it with any pepper you like or prefer. I figured I'm gonna give this a shot, so I got those. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut the ends off of them, and I'll show you that step. And I'm gonna put cream cheese in it. So you know, I think you could probably use like that Newfoundland cheese too if you don't like cream cheese, maybe. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna add paprika for a little bit of seasoning to the cream cheese, and I'm gonna add like a shredded cheese. I'm gonna use Mexican 4-style cheese blend in the cream cheese mixture. I'm gonna soften it. I'll show you that step. Then once they're stuffed, I'm gonna use like a milk wash. So got my milk, and then put it in flour, and then put it back in milk, and then put it in breadcrumbs, which I got hiding, oh, right here, breadcrumbs. And in the breadcrumbs, I'm gonna add everything but the bagel sesame seasoning blend. So it's got like sea salt, garlic, and onion in it. I'm gonna add that to the breadcrumb, and hopefully it'll stick that way.
You may want to add that to your flour mixture. It's up to you. We'll try it either way, but...
Right, well, I figured maybe that's what they like recommend, like the flour to get like to stick better.
Okay.
And then I'm going to obviously need vegetable oil because I'm gonna be using the air fryer. You could also use a deep fryer, and you need, you know, some sort of cooking oil to cook these. And the bacon, I'm not gonna wrap them in bacon because a lot of times it doesn't get fully done in the air fryer. I'm gonna cook these separately on a sheet tray with aluminum foil in the oven. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's all the stuff I'm gonna attempt to do with it. Alright, so I got my oven preheating. Obviously, like everybody's oven is different. I can show you how I preheated my oven. But the first step I'm going to do, open up the peppers. Now, I'm assuming these are pre-washed. I don't know. That's the thing.
I don't wash my vegetables. I've never gotten sick, so I mean, it is what it is.
They look like that. So, well, there's some dirt on there, actually.
Oh, yeah, there's dirt on those.
Okay. Well, I'll be right back after I wash them. Alright, so we're back. I'm going to do 2 because I only got 1 block of cream cheese, and they're pretty big. So I got one that's kind of greener and one that's a lighter green, so maybe there's different heat, maybe there are different ripenesses. I'm not sure. I'm just going to cut off the end about a 1/2 inch back. And I'm going to take out the seeds. Kind of go around there like this. If there's a couple seeds in there, it ain't going to hurt nothing. I've ate tons of peppers with seeds. Kind of go around the membrane, the placenta, if you will, of them. I might not be able to get the cheese very far down in there. I'm going to scoop out some of the seeds.
Well, you can always cut them in half. That's what they do with jalapeno poppers.
I want to make it a big guy.
Okay.
You know, see, so I got like a few seeds in there, got most of the membrane. I'm going to try to stuff it down in there. And this guy. This is a trial. It's a tutorial trial. Like maybe, you know, give people ideas. That membrane doesn't want to cut off. Placenta. I don't know. I think a lot of the heat's in that membrane. So it should, you know, not be super hot. I don't think these are too awfully hot anyways. Yeah, I got most of it out. There we go. But yeah. Alright, we'll be back with the next step. Alright, so the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to take the cream cheese out. You think one block will fit in there? In two of those?
Yeah.
Okay. So open her up. Well, maybe if I'm not. Okay. It doesn't want to open. It says open. It doesn't want to open like that. Alright. I'm going to put it in a bowl so I can mix it together. Alright, so I got my cream cheese open after struggling with it. And trying to get it all over my fingers. I'm going to put it in the bowl so I can mix in the other stuff. Now, if you like shredded cheese, whatever, I'm not going to measure this out. This is, we already used this in one recipe, but I'm just going to kind of go by a handful, probably, like that.
About a fourth cup.
Fourth cup, yeah, probably. I'm not measuring it out. You can do it by taste. The paprika, I'm going to do teaspoon. Probably take the cap off. Part of the lid's on there. I'm going to probably do that and mix that into it. Okay. And kind of mush it together. If I can.
Yeah, you don't want to melt cream cheese.
I was just going to soften it like butter. That's what I was going to do, but we'll see. My wife's like, no, don't do it. So I'm like, oh, listen to Amber. We'll see. See if Amber knows best. After I get this all mixed, I'll be back with the next step. Alright, so while my wife was mixing up the cheese, well, shredded Mexican cheese, the cream cheese, and the paprika, she was able to mix together. I was struggling, honestly. But she got it all mixed together. I'm going to take the bacon. I put, my sheet tray with aluminum foil so it's not all nasty on the sheet tray. I'm going to pop this in the oven. This bacon recommended 400 degrees. And I'm not sure on the minutes, but it's like basically like 12 minutes to 20 minutes. Just depends on your oven. So I'm just going to keep an eye on it. Obviously, ovens vary. Times vary. Depends on where your rack's at. I'm just keeping an eye on it. So, if you should know how to cook bacon, I'm assuming most people do. I don't. So.
Hang on. Okay, start again.
So comes the part where I'm going to attempt to stuff these guys. We'll see how well this goes. So I don't have, like an ice cream melon baller thingy. But I'm just going to try to shove it down in there as far as I can without it wanting to come back out.
You can use a knife too.
Yeah, like maybe a butter knife would work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to keep on doing that. Let's set that down for a second. Grab one. We'll see. I might have been able to do another pepper with.
Mm-hmm.
But just kind of like, repeat this with the other pepper, or however many peppers you decide to do. And I'll be back with the next step. Okay, so a little modification. I decided it wasn't going in. I put a slit in it and just kind of stuffed it like a taco, if you will. And I'm gonna get wash the flour and the crumbs ready and see if it works. Like if the flour sticks after one dunk in the milk then flour, then I'll go to breadcrumbs. But from what I read, they said milk, flour, milk, then breadcrumbs. So we'll get these all ready. The peppers are kind of big for the bowls, so we'll see. Just gonna put probably enough to get it dipped in there pretty good. Flour, don't have a lot of flour. Hopefully it's gonna be enough. should be good. You could probably put seasoning in the flour too if you wished. Like you want to put paprika or some other kind of seasonings in there.
Salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper. You know, you could probably do that. Get the breadcrumbs. Get some moisture in it. There we go. That should be enough, I would think. And then the everything seasoning, I'm gonna probably, I don't know, maybe do 2 teaspoons of it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it should be good.
We'll do 2 teaspoons of that. Mix it up.
I'd probably do 4.
Yeah, it mixed up pretty well, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So this is kind of like a trial. It's not an actual recipe. So it kind of like, you know, you can see, looks like that. Alright. And then we'll attempt to coat these. Alright. Now, kind of get it milk washied. Doing one hand. That. And then, how am I supposed to like do the other hand dry when it's wet? You know what I'm saying?
Switch hands.
I'll switch hands. Do that. Might get the counter a little messy. Okay, then another milk wash. What they recommended. Okay, and then we're gonna do this. Let's see. See how well it gets coated on there. I don't know. Probably take that out. It's definitely a pro at this. Stick. Kind of pat it on there. Press it in. Oils in the skin of the pepper can prevent it from sticking. Not very coated. But
you can do it again.
Yeah, we'll do it again. We'll be right back. I'll show you the finished product, but basically you get the gist. Okay, so this is the finished product. For the most part, they're coated pretty good. There's some bare spots on them. Obviously the second one, because of going back and forth, this is the second one. It has more uncoated spots, but obviously these ain't store-bought. I figured they'll be pretty good. So I have like an Instapot like this. I'm going to add in the inner chamber a little bit of oil, but it's not going to actually touch them, so like that way, you know, it'll cook them. So I'm just going to kind of add it to where it's not super high in there.
Oh, that's good.
That way, you know, it recommends oil in some of your things you cook so it gets crisp. You don't need a lot when you do it. And you put your inner tray in. If you have one of these, you could probably do these in like a deep fryer, but I was kind of afraid of the insides coming out. They're not coated enough, is what I was worried about. Or maybe wrap them in foil and stick them in the oven too. You could probably do that. We'll stick them in there. Like that. And then I'll get this all set up at 400 degrees for about 10 minutes. I'm going to check on them, let you know how it turned out. If I have to flip them halfway through or whatever. Okay, so the bacon I did 400 degrees, and it ended up being 10 minutes, flipped it, another 7 minutes for my oven. And I like my bacon a little bit wobbly, floppy, so that way I can kind of simulate, you know, wrapping it around the jalapeno popper, or in this case, the hatch chili popper. I was kind of leery to stick it in the Instapot with the popper because like the bacon might have undone spots.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, I did it separate and I'll combine it afterwards. It's not really going to add the bacon grease into the popper, but you know, you give and take.
I do that with tater tot casserole. I cook the tater tots first because otherwise they end up nasty.
Mushy, yeah. We kind of like modify recipes based off of trial and error. So I figured this wouldn't get done with on the popper and have like mushy. So okay, so obviously some of the breading fell off and some of the stuff tried to ooze out, especially out of this guy. When I tried to take it out, some of the filling came out. But I mean, they look pretty done. I mean, they smell good.
They do smell good.
They're kind of mushy, but I'm gonna try to.
They're supposed to be mushy. That's the thing.
Well, I mean, like the stuff's mushing out of them.
Oh.
So I'm gonna try to like maybe do this and take a bite and see what it tastes like. And I'll be back in a second. All right, so I'm gonna try this. We'll see. Sweet. Mmm. Hot. It's hot.
It just came out literally, so.
Like, I'm kind of holding it in place. But that is good. That's like I'm not getting a lot of heat.
Well, even the chips that we tried didn't have a lot of heat, but they were really good.
Yeah, that's good. So, I mean, it turned out it's kind of messy. It's not the most prettiest thing, but it tastes pretty darn good. Yeah. I think I would add a little bit more seasoning to the cream cheese or maybe to the breading. But overall...
Salt and pepper, maybe?
Yeah.
Or onion and garlic powder. And we didn't add that. I told him he should, but we didn't actually add it because the bagel seasoning has onion and garlic powder, so I was worried.
I mean, turned out okay. I mean, I've heard people having worse luck with trying to make these.
Oh, yeah.
But overall, turned out pretty good. Yeah, I kind of hold bacon on, or you can maybe take a bite of bacon and a bite of this. It'll work.
And I would just like to say that he underestimated them big time. He said, oh, they're okay. They're delicious. And I wouldn't just say that because I'm his wife, because I'm probably his, like, biggest critic. As you could tell, I was like, don't put too much oil, don't do this, don't do that. And they're delicious, and this was his own recipe, so they're very good. Yeah, I would definitely try them if I were you.
Alright, so I've been eating on this, and it's actually, the further you get in the pepper, I think I had the end piece, it gets better. And there is some heat, especially the other pepper that we started eating, there's more heat. But the more I eat, like, I don't think I got enough cream cheese either. It's actually really good. I thought it was just passable, but it's actually really good. I'm going to try this by the hotter pepper. My wife said this one's hotter.
Definitely. I mean, it's not, like, super hot, but it's definitely hotter. At least the part I got. About the same heat. It's hotter.
I
think it's hotter.
I might have blew my taste buds out.
Well, yeah, he just did the Pocky 1 chip the other day.
Yeah, but they actually turned out really well. And my wife's not a super big fan of peppers, but these, like the hatch chilies, if you can find them or you have a Trader Joe's and they have them, it's worth trying this.
Delicious.
And I bet you could do chili. Excuse me, I gotta sneeze. It's not from the spice. I don't know why I'm sneezing, but chili rellenos. You know, make the hamburger mixture, fill them up. They'd be really good in those hatch chilies also. All right, so my experiment, I think was a pass. You know, like I said, like when you make these jalapeno poppers, they don't always turn out super coated like the grocery store. It tastes pretty good, obviously. the hatch chili. I didn't really get a lot of heat, but I got a lot of sweet. And like my wife said, the chips that we had also did not have a lot of heat, but they tasted really good. Actually, I think we have them on top of the fridge. But if you guys try this, let me know how it turned out. Or if you try with a different pepper, maybe recommend a different pepper, and I'll get back to you. Until next time, take care.